Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2013 Spring College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences commencement exercise for the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Commencement exercises for graduates of the Bethel College of Nursing and Health Sciences, the College of Business, the School of Public Affairs, College of Education, and the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences will be held this afternoon at 3:30. Life has many passages, the transitions from one period to another. Cultures the world over mark these transitions with ceremonies steeped in tradition, while at the same time looking forward. Commencement, with its ancient regalia and pageantry, marks the successful conclusion of a period of study and the beginning of a new phase in the graduate's life. The origin of commencement can be traced to 12th century Europe, when organized universities were first formed. Commencement is an important ritual for the human spirit, signifying great accomplishments and moving on to a world of possibilities. It connects each of us to the long line of scholars reaching back through the centuries. Today is the momentous day, an everlasting day. We honor these graduates' past achievements and celebrate their bright futures. It is my great pleasure to present them to you, the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs class of 2013. Please remain standing and join visual and performing arts graduate Jonathan Solzbach, who will lead us in the singing of America the Beautiful. The words to this song were composed by Catherine Lee Bates in 1893 during a visit to Pikes Peak and were inspired by the beauty of this state. The lyrics are listed on page 13 of your program. If you care to sing along, Mr. Self.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plains. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you. Excellent. And now please join the UCCS Visual and Performing Arts Vocal Ensemble, directed by lecturer Solveig Olsen, in the singing of the national anthem. Lyrics are again listed on page 13 of your program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say
Thank you very much. Please be seated now. It's now my great pleasure to present the Chancellor of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, Dr. Pam Shockley-Zalabak.
Good morning. I would like to acknowledge that we have assembled here today really a microcosm of our world. Graduates with us today represent all of the states across our great nation, as well as many other nations. We also thank those whose support and dedication to the university have helped bring all of our graduates here today. I would like to introduce members of the Board of Regents, as well as other notable guests on the platform. So please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Our Board of Regents members, on my right, Glenn Gallegos, 3rd Congressional District. Kyle Hibble, 5th Congressional District. On my left, Steve Ludwig, Regent at Large and UCCS alum. Dr. Jim Geddes, 6th Congressional District. Also on my left, Bruce Benson, University of Colorado President. Leonard Deniger, Senior Vice President and Chief of Staff. Maria Tobin, one of this year's Student Achievement and Award recipients, and Stu Woods, Vice President of the UCCS Alumni and Friends Association. Also on my right, Tanya Kelly Bowery, Vice President for Government Relations, and our Commencement Marshal, Professor Chris Hill, last year's recipient of the Outstanding Teacher Award. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, I would like to introduce our administrators, deans, and our name readers. Mary Cousins-Reed, Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Brian Burnett, Senior Executive Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance. Homer Wesley, Vice Chancellor for Student Success and Enrollment Management. Martin Wood, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. Key Warner, Associate Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Inclusiveness. Susan Spurka, Vice Chancellor for Administration and Finance. Venkateshwar Reddy, Dean of the College of Business. Mary Snyder, Dean of the College of Education. Rangaswamy Dandapani, Dean of the College of Engineering and Applied Science. Peter Braza, Dean of the College of Letters, Arts and Sciences. Terry Switzer, Dean, Kramer Family Library. Kelly Klebe, Dean of the Graduate School. Megan Fisher, Assistant Vice President for Development, CU Foundation. Our name readers are Chris Beiswinger, Director, Admissions Counseling and Student Recruitment. Anthony Cordova, Director, Multicultural Office for Student Access, Inclusiveness, and Community. Coral Lasky, Assistant Director, Pre-Collegiate Development Programs, and Tamara Moore, Director, Auxiliary Services Marketing. Let's give all of them a round of our applause. I would also like to recognize those UCCS retirees who are joining us today by asking them to stand on the floor or in the audience and be recognized. Dr. James Eberhardt and Dr. Charlie Shube, please stand and let's give you a round of appreciation. I would like also to ask our student government representatives who are present to stand and be recognized. Finally, and very importantly, I want to ask the faculty and staff of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, to rise on the floor in the audience and remain standing. Would you please rise? Commencement is a time for faculty and staff to reflect on their accomplishment. the education of our students to be outstanding citizens of the community, the nation, and the world, for your superb teaching, creative scholarship, and exemplary service, for your energy and dedication to the university community, for the large and small ways you show that you care for the development and success of our students. We thank you. So my special applause for our faculty and staff and the entire platform party. You may be seated. Before we confer the degrees, I have one final assignment for our graduates, and it is a special celebration. So when I call a category into which you fit, please stand and remain standing. Now, you may fit in more than one category. But graduates who are the first members of your family to graduate from college, would you stand and remain standing, please? Now, remain standing because there's another group that's going to join you. Graduates who worked full or part-time while attending UCCS, please stand and remain standing. Graduates who volunteered in this great community, in your home community, or somehow assisted others while attending school, please stand and remain standing. Now, everyone, please stand. But it's my pleasure to be here with you today to celebrate this important milestone in your lives. Few of us achieve this type of milestone without the support of others, our family, our friends. Now, for a few graduates, their family cannot be with them today, or someone is unable to attend the ceremony, and we are all here to celebrate with you. But what I want as your final assignment before we confer the degrees is for our graduates to look around the arena, find your special supporters, and the graduates give them a round of applause, including thinking about those who are not with us today. Graduates, please be seated. Now, it is my distinct privilege to introduce Bruce Benson, President of the University.
Thank you, Chancellor. And I'd like to add my welcome to the graduates, their family and friends, and the university faculty and staff. On behalf of the University of Colorado, I'd like to congratulate you and all the people who helped you. Your degree from this great university will change your life forever. As you start the next stage of your life, I'd like to share some of my thoughts with you that have helped me throughout my life. Listen to others. Make sure you hear all sides of the issue. Your ideas may not always be the best. You can accomplish a lot more if you don't care who gets the credit. And in every decision, watch out for unintended consequences. Stay focused on what is important and finish what you start. And think before you act. If you make a mistake or a bad decision, admit it, apologize, fix it as fast as you can, and just move on. And when you make an agreement, make sure both sides are happy. Don't always try to get the advantage. Seize opportunities as they come along. If you have a life plan, don't miss opportunities that may not fit exactly into your plan. And people want leaders. So when you see a void, fill it. And when you become a leader, be inclusive and open. Try to listen more than you talk. Hire great people who are trustworthy and work as a team. And know what you don't know, and be sure you have people around you that do know. Treat everyone with respect, and remember that everyone has a place in this world. Always lead by example. Do the right thing no matter how tough it is. You will be rewarded. Be generous with your time and, when you can, with your money. And be sure to remember your alma mater. Come on. Contribute to your community. Volunteer for projects you care about. And you will do good, and it'll make you feel really good. In the end, your honesty, your word, your reputation, and your integrity is all that you have, so don't lose them. And don't forget, the harder you work, the luckier you will be. Good luck to you all as you start the next phase of your life, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, President Benson. At this time, Maria Tobin, recipient of the Student Achievement Award, will address her fellow graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Hill. On behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to welcome all graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends to this morning's commencement ceremony. When I found out that I would be giving this address, I made a promise to a friend that this would not be another one of those "this is the beginning of the rest of our lives" speeches. Though I agree with her that these speeches are a bit redundant at this point, there is still some truth to the statement. Today signifies the accomplishments we as students, graduate and undergraduate, have made and been working so hard for. Today is our reward for however many years of the metaphorical and sometimes literal sweat and tears we have put into our studies, our research, and our academic goals. So for that, I believe we all deserve to feel proud and accomplished for sitting where we are today. When I was a little girl, I know I was always curious to a bit of an obsessive extent. Dubbed by my friends here at UCCS as the walking encyclopedia of random information, this curiosity obviously hasn't lessened with age. What can I say? I love to read. With that inquisitive mindset, history and later the German language became natural gravitations. At a young age, I read every book in my school library on ancient civilizations. To the horror of my parents, it was the more obscure topics that often caught my interest. One memory I have is while at my brother's Pee Wee baseball game, my mom took me aside after I had been talking to another player's parents and sternly said, "Maria, not everyone wants to know about ancient Egyptian mummification rituals at a baseball game." Looking back, I would have to agree that probably wasn't the brightest idea. Sorry, Mom. I am almost 100% positive that everyone in this room can think of a moment in their lives where our curiosity and inquisitiveness went on overdrive and led us to some sort of amazing opportunity. When we are children, this curiosity drive is unregulated. We want to know everything the world has to offer. Yet as we grow older, our curiosity begins to lessen. And a fear of the unknown begins to take over. We begin to see that our actions have consequences, and we begin to question if the benefits of our curious actions outweigh the risks. We unfortunately get to the point where we're so worried about what could happen that our natural curiosity gets suppressed. Albert Einstein once said in terms of curiosity that the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reasons for existing. Throughout my academic career, I have tried to live by this statement. This has led to me becoming a German tutor and the exhibit coordinator at a local museum, as well as gave me the opportunity to student teach as an undergrad, the ability to study abroad, and now the 2013 Student Achievement Award winner. After today, we will be starting many new endeavors. Our curiosity can help us open doors and lead to pathways we never could have expected. So my advice to you, class of 2013, is that there's no sense in being afraid in catering to our curiosity. It is what we do with the opportunities that become of it that matter. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Tobin. Throughout CU's history, we have recognized many outstanding individuals for their contribution to the University of Colorado, the state, and the nation. We honor members of the broader community who, through their philanthropy and civic-minded activities, have improved the University of Colorado. Continuing in this tradition, the Regents now present the Distinguished Service Award to Tucker Hart Adams. Regent Ludwig will read the citation and present the award.
It's an honor to talk briefly about the recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. To borrow an old advertising line, when Tucker Hart Adams speaks, that is, people listen. She is a respected economist who makes forecasting the future of our state and nation seem as if it is an exact science. She pores over volumes of data, understands it, synthesizes it, and applies it to real people running real businesses. As a result, legions of Colorado business leaders use her forecasts to make educated decisions about hiring, capital improvements, and investments. These decisions affect the Colorado economy and the well-being of all citizens. She helps Colorado to lead the nation. But her scope is not limited to just our state. For many years, she worked with Russians and American companies to find business partners and to provide the cross-cultural training that is so vital in our global environment. She does not, however, share her expertise only with those who are privileged to sit at the board of directors table. She has taught at 3 CU campuses, Colorado Springs, Denver, and Boulder, in addition to the University of Denver. Here she shares her knowledge as well as her passion for connecting economic theory to our lives, past, present, and future. Tucker also serves as a valued member of the UCCS Chancellor's Ambassador Advisory Board. For these reasons and many more, the University of Colorado Board of Regents is proud to honor CU alumni Tucker Hart Adams with its Distinguished Service Award.
Congratulations again.
Ms. Adams has asked to say just a few words.
Well, first, thank you to the Board of Regents, to the Chancellor, to the President of the University for this award. It's a great honor, a great thrill. I had no idea I'd done all that stuff. I was really quite impressed. But more important, I want to warn the students here today about the danger of a CU education. 40 years ago, I was a perfectly content stay-at-home wife and mother with 4 teenagers. That was the problem, 4 teenage girls. So as my brain slowly turned to oatmeal, I thought I've got to do something. And I remembered a friend back in my college days where I was a math major saying, "Tuck, you ought to take an economics course, you'd like it." So I went over to CU Colorado Springs. We called it the SAN then because it was the old tuberculosis sanatorium. And they were trying to get us to call it Cragmore. And it consisted of 2 buildings and a dirt parking lot. And I signed up for an economics course because the federal government, for the first time in its history in the last decade, had started running budget deficits. And I didn't understand how that worked. I mean, I tried it with my checkbook, but it didn't seem to work very well. So I went over to audit this economics course. I was blessed by having a wonderful professor. I hope all of you faculty sitting here in front realize the influence you have on young people's, or not so young people's, lives. And my one sadness today is that Tim Tregartha, my econ professor, is not here to enjoy this day with me. Well, I took Tim's course, I loved it, and I still didn't understand that deficit stuff. So I signed up for another course, and I liked that. And besides, I was away from the teenage girls, which was helping. And then the next year, I signed up for another one. And I got a note on a paper from Tim, and it said, "Tuck, You shouldn't be over here auditing undergraduate courses. You ought to be in graduate school. I thought, graduate school? 4 teenage daughters and a foster teenage daughter we had by then, cooking meals, cleaning toilets. Graduate school, my own apartment, my car, my checking account, intellectual stimulation. I think I'll go to graduate school. So I said to my husband, Dan, I did the first 15 years with the girls, it's your turn. And because the only PhD program in economics in Colorado was at CU Boulder, I went to CU Boulder. Well, I had a wonderful time. I loved it. Lived up there, survived the teenagers, and they all grew up and turned out to be perfectly nice young women. And after I finished my coursework, while I was working on my dissertation, I was offered a job at United Banks of Colorado, 3 days a week, $5 an hour research economist. So I took it. And I discovered, to my surprise, I loved business economics. And a couple of years later, my boss accepted a job at a big bank in California, and I became chief economist. And a year later, I was made a vice president of the holding company and was the only woman on the management team, the most naive, inexperienced senior management person that ever lived. I was at the bank for 10 years. Then, when the banks decided to get rid of economics departments, I set up a consulting firm, and I've been happily involved in that for 25 years. So, I'm warning you, taking even one course at CU Colorado Springs can change your lives. And you may, you've been there and gotten a whole degree there, or about to get a degree. You may find out that you have a wonderful career ahead of you, lots of opportunities to meet interesting people, do interesting things, travel. I wish you luck and enjoy every minute of it.
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Today, I am honored to recognize our graduating Army ROTC students who will commence serving our country upon commissioning tomorrow morning. We also honor our graduating veterans who have already served our country on active military duty. Thank you very much to their parents, family members, and to the UCCS faculty and staff for their support and encouragement to these graduates who have pursued a commission while earning a degree. Will the graduating ROTC students and graduating veterans please stand and be recognized? At this time, we will begin to confer the degrees. We will do this in 3 groups. First, doctoral, then master's degrees, and finally baccalaureate degrees. As the doctoral candidates from each program are named, they will be hooded by their faculty advisors. Will the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please come forward? Kelly Klebe, Dean of the Graduate School.
Chancellor Shockley Zalabak, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate School, I have the honor to present this candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology.
Dean Klebe, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate School, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon this graduate the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology and welcome her into the community of scholars. Congratulations.
Sherry C. Gibson, dissertation, Understanding Underreporting of Elder Financial Abuse. Can data support the assumptions?
Congratulations to Dr. Gibson. Chancellor Shockley-Zellbach, we now confer the graduate degrees of the university. Once again, Kelly Klebe, Dean of the Graduate School.
The College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences is one of 6 colleges and schools contributing to the programs of the Graduate School. Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Sciences please come forward? Peter Braza, Dean of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences.
Chancellor Shockley-Zellbach, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Sciences.
Dean Braza, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate School and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon these graduates the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Sciences. Congratulations.
Mireya Garcia. Nicholas Pichet.
Jewel Ann Lee Hartman.
Martin Hines.
Brett Belizio.
Christina Clark Aki.
Andrea Hassler, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Tara Regal, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Nate Siebert.
Twania Parker.
Amanda King, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Karen Lee Overman.
Michelle Nolan.
Sydney Jones.
Abdullah Makbul.
Sabrina Gregerson.
Kelly Ann Lynch with distinction.
Hetty Myers.
Andrea Essler.
Jason Rasmussen.
Kevin Ewing, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Casey Pierce, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Gaetan Delavignette.
Benjamin Hamlin.
Marina Costanzo, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Joseph Green.
Tori Miller.
Eric Phillips, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Heidi Hainish.
Samantha John.
Marissa Teal.
Tracy Nickel.
Alyssa Canella.
Caitlin Terrell.
Allison Douglas.
Jocelyn Carroll.
Morgan Clinton.
Katie Hendricks.
Dion Kobaski.
Benjamin Schoonmaker, Outstanding Graduate Student.
Nikki Whiteley. Candace Morris, Outstanding Graduate Student.
This concludes the conferring of graduate degrees. Will all undergraduates who have been nominated for honors distinction please rise? These candidates will be presented by Provost Mary Cousins Reed.
This year, 312 students campus-wide received honors distinctions. These are the students whose achievements in academics are truly outstanding, who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of academic excellence, and who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of academic excellence and have contributed immensely to the intellectual vitality of the campus. I am proud to present these distinguished students who have been nominated to receive their degrees with one or more of the following designations: honors, special honors, distinction, highest distinction, cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. It is my pleasure to bestow upon these distinguished students the honors designations for which they have worked so diligently and with such excellence. Congratulations to you all.
Please be seated. It looks like you already are. Chancellor Shockley Zalabak will now confer the undergraduate degrees. Will the baccalaureate degree candidates of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences please come forward? Dean Peter Braza.
Chancellor Shockley Zalabak, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Dean Braza, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon these graduates the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
Lauren Eastlack.
Sandra Taylor, summa cum laude.
Carmen Vreeman, cum laude with highest distinction.
Tessa Holm, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Hillary Hudson, cum laude with highest distinction.
Daniela Lazaro.
Emily Green, cum laude.
Jacob Rhodes with high distinction.
Dana Keldson, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Leah Cabrera.
Stacy Crook.
Christine McDermott, summa cum laude with honors.
Julie Harbin, cum laude with highest honors in anthropology.
Stephanie Van Horn, outstanding undergraduate in psychology, student summa cum laude with high distinction.
Clint Janulis, outstanding undergraduate student.
Maria Tobin, magna cum laude.
Jacqueline Puste.
Stephen Collier.
Julie Dollingen.
James Hicks, cum laude with high distinction in psychology with highest honors in anthropology.
Tracy Newman.
Joey Rodriguez.
Jennifer Beveridge, summa cum laude.
Andre Ellis.
Macy Calderon.
Christina Dronenberg with distinction, cum laude.
Carly Ann Covetier.
Christopher Ryanecki, cum laude with highest distinction.
Andrea Munivar, magna cum laude.
Jason Hill, magna cum laude.
Andrew Prairie, magna cum laude.
Scott Fiesel.
Russell Kreger.
Daniel Schultz with highest distinction.
Nicholas Thompson.
Ryan Johnson.
Joshua Hanley, summa cum laude.
Joni Riley, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude with high distinction.
Jana Broxson.
Megan Potter.
Paul Couture.
Robert Zanzig.
Catherine O'Donnell.
Lisa Reese, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Joanne Mueller, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Deborah Stoddard.
Jennifer Mitchell.
Bryce Weatherford.
Kristen Dunaway.
Nicholas Siegel.
Alexandra Lastly.
Melissa DeWitt, magna cum laude.
Alice Nelson.
Landry Davis.
Caitlin Lafferty.
Tania Leeling.
Dalton Andrews.
Laura Matheson.
Amy Davis.
Lauren Wolfinger, cum laude.
Amy Renfro.
Carly Schrade, cum laude.
Jessica Shantz.
Lauren Bermudez.
Madeline Rain Wachtler, summa cum laude.
Chakuma Akerer, cum laude.
Nicole Cotterill.
Ryan Acor, cum laude.
Catherine Fisk.
Dominic Lupori.
Sherry Garbarino.
Rayanna Cameron.
Mackenzie Moeller.
Melissa Simpleman.
Amanda Frick.
Nicole Kissler.
Seth Donhauer.
Michael Mormon.
Brittany Malley.
Andrew Wooten.
Christopher Malley.
Jamie Jaramillo, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Helton.
Austin Lux, cum laude.
Victoria Clausen.
Justin Shalongo, cum laude.
William McBride.
Christine Bant, with distinction.
Paul Conan.
Abby Travnicek, cum laude. Magna cum laude.
Dustin Ramos.
Cassandra Penshoff, magna cum laude.
Josh Gregory.
Jennifer Townley, magna cum laude.
Ashley Stewart, outstanding undergraduate, student humanities, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Michael Beeson, cum laude.
Dana Rayhans.
Regina Clark, cum laude.
Christine Hasbrook, cum laude.
Elizabeth Turner, cum laude.
Nicholas Denarden, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Jeffrey Gerbaz.
Roger Corvasi, magna cum laude with high distinction.
Gregory Rizzo.
Ariel Avant.
Melissa Sandifer, cum laude.
Jennifer Mayorga, cum laude.
Kelsey Walford, cum laude.
Marinella Bark.
Rachel Reynolds, magna cum laude.
Gressa Farmer.
Emily Cookson, magna cum laude.
Stephen Bear.
Sierra Peratt, cum laude.
Lindsay Lore, magna cum laude.
Jennifer Gibbons.
Robert Solis.
Bianca Mendoza, cum laude.
Jennifer Andrews with highest distinction, cum laude.
Stephanie Ross.
Dana Rutson with highest distinction.
Patrick Hayes, magna cum laude.
Joseph Austin, magna cum laude with distinction.
Morgan Pinto, outstanding undergraduate student, natural sciences, summa cum laude.
Patrick Bonin, cum laude with highest distinction.
Austin Bowman, magna cum laude with high distinction.
Corey Podauer with high distinction, cum laude.
James Sway, magna cum laude.
Lauren Miller.
Justin Gregory, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Kaylin Tischer, cum laude with highest distinction.
Christine Flores, cum laude.
Corina Garcia.
Braden Hamill, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude with high distinction in chemistry.
Elizabeth Rates, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Paulina Reynolds, cum laude with high distinction.
Michael Lee Ring.
Melissa Greenleaf.
Elizabeth Madrid.
Heather McMillan, magna cum laude.
Raul Perez.
Catherine Meyer.
Diane Peterson, magna cum laude with highest distinction.
Michaela Calhoun.
Neil Thomas.
Kayla Hughes.
Michaela Smith.
Wendy Lopez.
Travis Luce, magna cum laude.
Alana Castro, cum laude.
Benjamin Ritt.
Rachel Martinez, summa cum laude.
Ryan Diedoff.
Isaac Blancas.
Michael Wells, cum laude with distinction.
Andrew Drescher, cum laude.
Megan Ritter.
Miriam Haas.
Elizabeth Simmons.
Andrew Servold, cum laude.
Ember Miller.
Elisa Pierce.
Vanessa Los.
Michelle Gibson. Brian Hunt.
Clyde Woodyard Williams, cum laude.
Bethany Kerfoot, magna cum laude.
Brittany Molina. Derek Dushinsky.
Lynn Ouellette, magna cum laude.
Kyle Clark.
Christy Scott.
Josh Devaney.
Amanda Gardner.
Alexander Jenick, cum laude.
Danielle Cook.
William Kuhn, magna cum laude.
Anna Karen Garza.
Daniel De La Cruz.
Brittany Garcia.
Kelsey Tanaka.
Keeland Baker.
Kayla Stretcher, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Peyton Howery.
Rebecca Moe.
Cheryl Morton, magna cum laude.
Jordan Lizzie Kinney, cum laude.
Sarah Sharples, summa cum laude with distinction.
Bryson Ford.
Jessica Akins.
Sarah Smith, cum laude.
Benjamin Ridge.
David Pedregon.
Taylor Klotz.
Justin Wilson.
Eric Morgan.
Jeff Capalucci, magna cum laude.
Jonathan Thompson, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Margaret Ewing, magna cum laude.
Reverend Daniel William Dowie Jr., magna cum laude, outstanding undergraduate student.
Jade Fristum.
Christopher Lawson.
Elizabeth Cannon.
Patrick Stotch.
Lindy O'Neill, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude.
Raymond Fisco.
Zaina Abutagir.
Mina Kang.
Rachel Sellers.
Nicole Lucero.
Eric Murphy.
Jeremy Rivera.
Marianne Nurmi.
Megan Rivera with English honors.
Anna Moore, magna cum laude.
Rachel Menard.
Mary Morgan.
Hannah Brown.
Catherine Bernardi.
Catherine Schneider.
Randy Batt, summa cum laude with highest distinction.
Marissa Seaton.
Sabrina Rodriguez.
Brandy Vigil with distinction.
Carly Pellegrino, summa cum laude.
Mark Petty, cum laude.
Jessica Larimore, cum laude.
Aaron Thomas.
Ashley Mullins, cum laude.
Michael Maynard, outstanding undergraduate student, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Crane.
Michael Sanchez.
John Cody.
William John Casey, cum laude.
Megan Ogilvy, magna cum laude.
Emily Gray.
Angela Herrera.
Svetlana Goncharova, summa cum laude with high distinction.
Joy Ajamian, magna cum laude.
Corinne Godey.
Ariel Adams.
Andrew Dyer.
Whitley Hadley.
Brian Gudinas.
Ashley Cornelius, magna cum laude with high distinction.
Allison Wallen.
Caitlin Porter.
Zach Bricker.
Emily Belizio.
James Bird.
Whitney Shell.
Neema Valdez.
Corina Tandy, cum laude.
Kaliana Akramowitz.
Kayla Weirs.
Alicia Colley.
Ashley Brown.
Brittany Reese.
Krista Herring.
Madeline Conrique.
Jessica Sabansky, magna cum laude.
Heather Huddleston.
Janessa Beemans, cum laude.
Molly Matsat Aguayo.
Caroline Flores.
Kristen Martinez.
Emily Little. Lucas Hampton.
Maria Bernadelle Mendoza.
Ryan Cooper.
Alina Mauser.
Kelsey Skillicorn.
Leah H. Schultz, cum laude.
Kendall Rebeck, magna cum laude.
Rachel Davidson.
Julie Seeger.
Jordan Wagner, cum laude.
Neba Tello.
Alex Miller, magna cum laude.
Ariana Perez, outstanding undergraduate student, cum laude with distinction.
Alex Moorhead.
Zachary Gaius, cum laude.
Hannah Magnificent Clay, summa cum laude with high distinction.
Keegan Morris. Congratulations.
Matthew Bainbridge.
Michael Williams.
Lindy McDaniel, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Parnell, cum laude.
Amanda Bernheim.
Kaylee Ramirez.
Lindsay Schindler.
John Phillips.
Monica Freisen.
Alyssa Romanisson, magna cum laude.
Tiffany Everman.
Tyler Jonas Castro, distinction in visual and performing arts.
Amanda Bilberry.
Jonathan David Sulzbach.
Charles King.
Morgan Riggin.
Gabriella Clark.
Tiana Davis.
James Spencer.
Lori Angel Grady.
Matthew Cahalan, cum laude.
Kira Lewis with high distinction.
Jacob Barraquette.
Michelle Pace.
Joshua Reach.
Nicole Anderson.
Oliver Williams. Brianna Young.
Kimberly Sheridan, cum laude with highest distinction.
Emily Free.
Jessica Nichols, cum laude.
Christina Oker.
Carrie Briggle, magna cum laude.
Madison Kelly.
Amanda Navarez.
Kahealani Seitz.
Mark Perry.
Caitlin Levy, magna cum laude with distinction.
William Estes.
Stephanie Herlick.
Janice Porterfield with high distinction.
Sarah Bruner.
Aubrey Kucherapa, magna cum laude.
Shannon Harward, cum laude.
Summer Edelbush, cum laude.
Jessica Brooks.
Taylor Shirley.
Jennifer Phillips, cum laude.
Lauren Parr. Cynthia Laverne, cum laude.
Svetlana Zoria Benson, magna cum laude.
Cody McKay.
Mandolin Mahone.
Jordan Sherman.
Eric Johnson.
Jamie Welsh.
Christina Salamo.
Mariah Patterson.
Tiffany Sinclair.
Lauren Russ, magna cum laude.
Cynthia Ortega.
Sarah Castro.
Malia Malihi with distinction.
Samantha Harrison.
Adeze Anyanwu.
Liliana Bover, summa cum laude.
Ashley Pearson.
Samantha Saft.
Bailey Carter, cum laude.
Heather McPeak.
Casey Sachs.
Kira Nelson, magna cum laude with high distinction.
Carrie Maddox, summa cum laude.
Jamie Lynn Hostetter.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the conferring of undergraduate degrees. I want to welcome you all to the great extended family of the university with more than 34,000 alumni. The Vice President of the Alumni and Friends Association, Stu Woods, will now make a few comments and initiate all of our graduates into the Alumni Association.
We are honored today to have with us alumni from previous graduating classes. Will all UCCS alumni in the audience please rise? I take great pleasure in recognizing all of these great alumni. Please be seated. Graduates, please rise. It is my pleasure to officially recognize you as new alumni of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. As mentioned, you joined the ranks of over 34,000 graduates who have earned a degree at this campus of the University of Colorado. As you have seen, many are with us today. Alumni continue to be an important link to our university. Many of you will remain here, providing a connection between our university and the community. Others will leave, but as graduates, you share one commonality, a lifelong bond with your alma mater. We will continue to keep you connected to the university in the years to come. In return, we seek your involvement and support, not only to keep your alma mater strong, but to make her stronger. The Alumni and Friends Association is proud to congratulate the class of 2013 on your great achievement, and we wish you success in the years to come.
Thank you, Stu. Please be seated. It is an honored tradition at the University of Colorado commencement exercise to read the charge to the graduates. given first by CU President George Norland to the class of 1935. Dr. Norland was a professor of Greek at CU from 1899 to 1942, a total of 43 years, and was referred to by his contemporaries as the kindly professor. For 23 of those years, he served as president of the university, and the library he helped plan in Boulder during that time now bears his name. He was also a very principled man, and his kindness was coupled with the courage to denounce racism in the days before it was fashionable to do so. In 1924, the governor of Colorado supposedly took daily orders from the Ku Klux Klan, which controlled the Colorado's legislature at that time. One of those orders went to President Norland, who was told to rid the faculty of all Catholics and Jews. Norland refused, and the university essentially received no state funds that year. CU barely survived. Later, in the early 1930s, President Norland publicly denounced Hitler's Nazi regime. Throughout his long career, he remained devoted to two great causes: the life of the mind and the love of this university. Feelings which are inscribed in this charge to the University of Colorado graduates. So, graduates, please stand and hear the words of the charge to the graduates as delivered by Regent Heibel.
You are now certified to the world at large as alumni of the university. She is your kindly mother, and you her cherished sons and daughters. This exercise denotes not your severance from her, but your union with her. Commencement does not mean, as many wrongly think, the breaking of ties and the beginning of a life apart. Rather, it marks your initiation in the fullest sense into the fellowship of the university, as bearers of her torch, as centers of her influence, as promoters of her spirit. The university is not the campus, not the buildings on the campus, nor the faculties, nor the students of any one time, not one of these or all of them. The university consists of all who come into and go forth from her halls, who are touched by her influence, and who carry on her spirit. Wherever you go, the university goes with you. Wherever you are at work, there is the university at work. What the university purposes to be, what it must always strive to be, is represented on its seal, which is stamped on your diplomas. A lamp in the hands of youth. If its light shines not in you and from you, how great is its darkness? But if it shines in you today and in the thousands before you, who can measure its power? With hope and faith, I welcome you into the fellowship. I bid you farewell, only in the sense that I hope you fare well. You go forth, but not from us. We remain, but not severed from you. God go with you and be with you and with us. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Regent Heibel. Our sincere thanks to all who made this commencement a success. We especially appreciate the talented efforts of pianist Sarah McDaniel, the Visual and Performing Arts Music Program Chamber Ensemble under the direction of Assistant Professor Jane Rigler, and the Visual and Performing Arts Vocal Ensemble for providing the music today. Graduates, at this time, those of you who have not already done so Switch your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboard, signifying the completion of your studies. Audience, please join me once more in applauding all of our graduates. Now, please join Visual and Performing Arts music instructor Gail Grace in singing the alma mater. The words are listed on page 13 of your program. Thank you, Ms. Grace. This concludes our formal exercises, but before you leave, we have one final assignment for each of you. We would like you each to pull out your cell phone, take a picture of yourself, and email it to alumni@uccs.edu. Okay. We will upload it to the UCCS Facebook page where you can tag yourself to share with friends and family. So if you'll each take a picture of yourself, we'd appreciate it. And to the audience, once the stage party exits the arena floor, feel free to enter the arena floor to meet your graduate. We ask that you please exit the arena as soon as possible using Gate A in order for our staff to reset the space for our afternoon ceremony. Thank you all very much for coming, and once again, congratulations to the graduates.